agriculture have been an important business necessary to humankind forever, but it has become more and more about making money than doing what food is meant for, eating. Today we use many kinds of tactics to make the most out of our food, whether that means poisoning the earth with the use of pesticides or changing the very nature or quality of our food by introducing genetically modified organisms, instead of focusing on what is best for ourselves, the animals, and the planet. It has become the norm that every day we come into contact with substances that can cause harm and wreak havoc not only on our bodies, but on the animals that we need to survive and the earth itself.
Since the early 1900s, genetically modified organisms have started to dominate the food and agricultural industry. There was almost no public awareness the first few years that GMOs were introduced to the food that people eat every day. Now it is past the point of changing the use of GMOs in most agricultural systems. Scientists have proven through animal testing that eating foods with GMOs have long-term effects. Corn that contains GMOs was fed to a group of rats and significantly cut their lives shorter. The rat that were being tested also grew tumors in different parts of their bodies. Other studies have been done across the world that have found links between GMOs and various forms of cancer. Other countries have banned GMOs altogether, but the United States does not. The FDA does not believe GMOs are harmful, so they feel that they do not need to be labeled or regulated. Children now could be the most affected by genetically modified foods. The long-term effects of GMOs have not yet been tested because the generation that would show the results have not grown up yet. According to the article, What is GMOs? There are experiments for animals, but now people are the real experiment. Not enough research has been done to predict the long-term effects of someone eating unnatural foods. The best thing to do is eat organic because there are no harmful chemicals added to the foods or animals that are labeled organic. Another reassurance is that organic foods are non-GMO companies. No farmer that is selling a product as organic is allowed to have genetically modified plants or seeds.
GMOs are living organisms and crops that have had their genetic makeup altered through a laboratory genetic engineering process. These GMOs are also made to be able to handle direct application of pesticides, herbicides, and/or to produce insecticide. What this means is that with the use of science, our food has been genetically modified to be bigger and to be able to withstand chemicals and other harmful toxins. Believe it or not, GMOs are actually government approved here in the United States, though not everyone believes they are safe.
While there is a strong debate on both sides of the spectrum about GMOs and what they can do to help or hinder us, we still have a large gap of knowledge about their long-term effects on human life because they are relatively new. While there have been several short-term studies, we still lack the knowledge a long-term study would provide. This creates a huge question mark surrounding the potential risk we could be taking every time we eat a crop that has been genetically modified. This answers the question of what our business of agriculture values. We have not been able to test the generational consequences of GMOs, but it has been approved to use widespread to create more, bigger, better crops.
60-plus countries throughout the world have restricted or banned the use of GMOs, but the U.S. is not one of these. GMOs are legal here because the companies that created GMOs conducted studies to make them government approved, despite all the negative health risks associated with them. Studies have shown that the chemical use of GMOs, specifically glyphosate, have been linked to multiple rises in diseases. These diseases consist of and are associated with gastrointestinal disorders, obesity, diabetes, heart disease, depression, autism, infertility, cancer, and Alzheimer's disease.
Being from this small town in western Ohio, most kids do take our agriculture class that is offered in high school, but it is all mostly boys. I did not take this class in high school because even though I did live next to a farm and owned swine, I did not feel as if I was welcomed. As a girl in high school, you were not supposed to be like being out on the farm. Girls were not supposed to enjoy getting their hands dirty, but when girls do like to get down and dirty, people like to turn it into something sexual. I actually have not met a female farmer from the town I am from. I have met women that work on the farm, but they are the wives of the farmers. At our county fair, we have a Farmer of the Year every year, that has yet to be a woman.